schmoly, Batman. It's like a damn blizzard out here right now. We just left the river after doing like almost 12 minutes probably once I got out. Thank you for joining me if you did on that last cold dip we just did, that last cold dip adventure, where even though I did not want to follow through with that cold dip and I had every reason not to, legitly, I still, excuse me, that burp felt so good. If you heard from my last video, I was throwing up this morning, so my tummy's still letting off some aggravation. Yeah. It was a rough morning. I had every reason to not come out here and cold dip. It's been hailing and snowing today. If we were not on a 30-day cold dip, I would have just said, well, we'll just pass today's adventure. I don't know if you can see the snow coming down, but it's pretty gnarly right now. It's like a blizzard out here. It's obviously very cold, but we still did it. We freaking still did it. I'm super party pumped and jazzed about that, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching these little adventures I go on, and you're a part of that experience with me, especially when you comment, like, share, and subscribe. I had to get it in, I'm sorry. It's just nature of the beast. Wow, you guys, it's really coming down thick right now, and I'm so freaking proud of myself for having gone and done that cold dip, because I was cold on my couch with my clothes on, because I just have had today only, since I got sick, I've had a little bit of hard time regulating my temperature, obviously. And but my back and neck were hurting so bad from throwing up. Not from drinking though, just in case you don't watch my previous video that we did. It's not from drinking. I just caught whatever my kids decide to share with me, because kids are germ spreaders. How dare they? It's nature, par for the course when you have kids, that you get sick. I've actually never been as sick as I have as a grown-up until I had kids, because they're like little germ spreaders. But we don't need to go on and on about that. I already talked about it in my other video. I don't need you to have to rehear the horrors of my morning. It was not pleasant. It was not fun. But we still got shit done, motherfuckers. Ha! Sorry if that was too much for your delicate little ears, friends, family, loved ones, and people who don't like cussing. Sorry about that. But, you know, sometimes you just have to clap for yourself and cheer for yourself and just go with it, you know. It's taken me a lot of courage to put these videos out on YouTube, where people can judge a cough, sneeze, or a fart, as we've said before in other videos, without any or to little no hesitation. They're just quick to tell you how you're wrong and blah blah blah. Boring, says the person who lives a no adventurous life. I'm telling you, you do not have to do what I do to be adventurous. It is really coming down now, you guys. It's like super thick. I'm gonna turn the phone so you can see what the hell it is I'm seeing. You see that? Look how thick that is. If you don't get snow where you're from, then you might like that. And if you don't get snow where you're from, you might not also like that. It's taken me a few years to acclimate to the Spokane weather. I am a transplant. I did not grow up in these lovely parts, but I do love these parts these days. It's taken me some time to acclimate to and love the snow. The first year I moved here was pretty damn gnarly, and I thought to myself, we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. It was gnarly. Oh my gosh, it was just ice and snow and just hard to drive, and like you really had to drop your balls real fast, because otherwise you're gonna just get cabin fever. Is that snow? You just get cabin fever being stuck at home because you don't want to drive. And let me just tell you, there are lots of accidents here on the regular, like even driving here. I'm gonna flip you back around, show you that snow gathering on my, yeah, sorry about that. Even driving to Cold Dip, there was sirens going, because I would assume somebody is already getting into an accident. And I mean, it's coming down so thick like it is, and it was hailing earlier today. So when it comes down thick like this, there's obviously visibility issues and people forget how to drive. I don't know what exactly happens. I don't want to talk shit on it either, because in the time that I've lived here in Spokane, I've been fortunate enough to not get into any accidents, knock on wood. And so I'm very grateful. I do not take that for granted. I do drive like a mother. I do have precious cargo with me most of the time. So I'm not in that big of a hurry when my kids are with me. We don't even listen to the radio when they're in the car, because I want to actually talk to my kids and hear their thoughts, and you know, just teach them how to have a conversation. You know, I don't know what's going on in the world. People aren't talking to their kids or whatever it is. I'm not trying to judge it, but I'm just saying that I love talking to my kids. They're good people. I actually love them and enjoy being around them. So when we're in the car or the truck or whatever it is, we're not listening to the radio. My kids don't know lyrics to any songs. Very few songs. They do know some old school stuff, actually. Oh crap, I wish I could think of the music they listen to. It's so funny. It's like never gonna give you up, I can't remember all the lyrics, especially now that I'm on the spot and you don't want me to sing anyway, so I'll do you a solid and not do that. But Rick Roll, I think that's what it is. They love him. Like, really? I didn't teach them Rick Roll. I mean, of course I love Rick Roll, and of course I also love I almost said Phil Hart, but I meant to say Phil Collins. Of course I loved Phil Hart too, and Chris Farley. Chris Farley was going to be my first husband, actually. At 14 years old, I had already decided that I was going to get married to Chris Farley. And I was very devastated as a young 14-year-old when both Phil Hartman and Chris Farley died. I have no idea how that just popped into my head. That really didn't, I don't know where that came from. I'm just telling you the kind of people that I have liked when I was younger. Cringe. Let's just delete that part. You guys don't need to know who my 14-year-old crush herself had a crush on, but it was Chris Farley. I didn't have a crush on Phil Hartman. I did love Phil Hartman because from, watching his comedy shows that he did, he was really funny, and I will love and miss him to the day I die. Him and Chris Farley both. Even for somebody I don't know, their humor is in my heart. And Joe Rogan too, of course. Oh my gosh. Like, shocker there, a girl like me would be into Joe Rogan. Listen, I have been into Joe Rogan ever since I was a kid, all right? I remember Joe Rogan and News Radio. That was my jam. I loved that show. It was a great show. A lot of great actors on that show. I'm trying to pay attention because people can't see very well with the driving. I don't know what's happening. So I just don't want anybody to crash into me. Please don't. I don't want to ruin my not getting into an accident streak today. With that being said, I'm going to get over with my signal on and whatnot and be safe while driving and talking and chatting with you on my way home after doing probably almost 12 minutes in the river with, sadly, please stop, sir, thank you. Gosh, you acted like you didn't want to stop. I really don't like that when people do that, when they act like they could just get a California, sorry, no offense to Californians, I was born in California, but they also are known for their California stops, no offense. And actually here in Spokane, they one up the Californians, and they don't even stop through the red light. No, they don't do that. Because you know why? Because it's icy and snowy, and they're just like, fuck all that shit. Why do I need to stop? And they'll like this guy. He's just going to go right in front of me. I could almost just hit him. So that's awesome. So when it's snowing, people just are way more adventurous of drivers. Key point takeaway there. We don't need to go on and on and on about how maybe people in Spokane aren't... whatever, I don't know. Actually, the people in Spokane are they're actually very nice, because when I run, they are very polite and considerate, 95% of them, and I'm grateful for them. A lot of people who drive their cars, you also have to walk, fool. What are you talking about? Like, you have to get out and walk into the store, you have to get out and walk into do you not ever go for a walk? Gosh, man, I don't know what's happening with these people these days, but you need to get outside, you need to be a pedestrian, you need to ride a bike, you need to go out running, it's not just sitting behind the wheel, there's more to it than just that. Come on, guys. Not you all, but those other people. I mean, shit, man, even before I was a cool dunker, I love hiking, kayaking, I love to be outside. I'm a Northwest girl. I grew up in Oregon, and it's mostly rain in Oregon and not a whole lot of snow, so I really had to learn how to get my snowshoes on, my snow bunny boots. And now I'm a snow bunny, but there was a time where I was just a webbed foot duck. That's what they call us in Oregon. We're webbed foot because it rains so much. I'm literally not webbed foot. I'm just figuratively saying that it's a phrase in Oregon if you've grown up there and it rains so much that they call you a Oregon duck. Anyways, I digress. It's a beautiful day. We're almost home. I am feeling super good about myself right now. I am feeling better than that poor guy in the corner right there. Poor guy. I saw him there when I was driving to Cold Dip, and we're only a few minutes away from my house. I just have an immense amount of gratitude for my life and for my day and for all you watching and giving me your time. That was another key takeaway from my day of being sick this morning, is how much gratitude I have in my heart for my health, as well as these adventures we go on, my kids. And so even though I was sorry for myself earlier, I snapped out of the Slim Jim real fast and just quickly turned those feelings of pity of not feeling good, of gratitude. That's one of my things I like to do. If I start feeling sorry for myself, look at that. Look at that. Look how freaking awesome that is. That's beautiful. If I ever start feeling sorry for myself or start to throw myself a new pity party or have a little Debbie Downer time, I quickly knock that shit out of the ballpark and say as many things as possible that I am grateful for in my life. People, things, life, fresh air in my lungs, you know, use of my legs because I run, my hands because I hold this phone. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for you watching. Just I like to always have a lot of gratitude in my heart, and it really helps those thoughts from really getting into my brain too much. Like, of course, there are times where, wah, but not for long. I don't dig that shit. So, be like me in that sense, and if you have your thoughts, your own brain working against you, trying to attack you and tell you you're not good enough, send it packing. Send it packing and just say thank you for what you are grateful for, even if it's not much. Okay, showing signs of gratitude really rewires your brain. I didn't make that shit up. It's actual facts. Somebody said it. Yeah, we did another cold dip into his house. Woo! And I am very grateful. Very grateful for, even though today we started off with some hardships, that we still followed through and did what we had to do. Yeah. Feeling pretty damn good about myself right now. And we're pulling up into my driveway where one of my feral kitties that I feed is walking away. Made sure to fill up their little cat bowl before I left so they had some kibbles, because it's snowy and cold out right now, and I'm sure it's hard to find food for their little filthy asses, and I don't like it when I find dead cats. Actually, that's not fun, because a lot of people in this area, they just abandon their cats. It's really sad. So in the wintertime, I actually have like a heated water bowl, so they can still, even the dogs, the cats, the raccoons, whatever going by can get, even the birds can get a little drink out of the heated water bowl. And then, yes, I understand I am part of the problem. I feed these filthy fuckers and I feel bad about it, but I just don't want to see them starve, especially when I'm in my happy, warm home eating my food and being happy. I'm like, oh, poor kitty. Anyways, that probably was a little too much information for you, but that's just the facts of life. I am a human being. Even though I make myself do the hardest things, I am not a robot. I am not AI. I am a real person. I'm a mother. I am a human being. I'm just a person trying to better myself in your presence, as I always like to say. And on that note, we'll end there. Thank you for your time. Peace out, yo. Lots of love going to you. To the next adventure. Peace out.